Today I had a conversation with Paul. Paul was a 61-year-old white man who was born in Okinawa, and he's been everywhere since then. And I like to ask people about their lives. Like, the average person is typically my celebrity. I really enjoy the events of other people's lives. They really intrigue me. So I set out to just ask him about regular shit, but we ended up talking about spirituality and morality and divinity and religion and just, you know, everyone has been inside of them deep conversations before. But the difference between the conversation he and I had and what others, what it does for others when they have them conversations is that that's right up my alley. That's where I get my personality, my character from. Since I was a child, I have been enamored with spirituality and God and the who, what, when, where's, and why's of how this all has gone down. And what he did was he threw in a monkey wrench today. Because aside from just traveling and wanting to see the world and getting to know who I am for real, without any influences, you know, I mean, I'll be influenced by many of things, but like without anyone personally distracting me with their wants for my life. Paul and I had a conversation that really caused me to have a personal conflict, which is do I make the chasing of a dollar more important than my spirituality? And I conveyed this to him. I said, well, how do I uh, please those that want to see me do well when their barometer is financial success to equal or outdo them? And he says, well, how much of you do you have to give away? And he hit it on the head. The one thing I've always enjoyed was being connected or feeling connected to the will of God, to feeling like I have a spiritual, moral standing that is approved by God and his angels, or, you know, the righteous side of things. And now I'm not I'm at a I'm at a crossroads as to my approach in life. I mean, you gotta earn money, granted. But how much is enough? And how much do I need? And what do I need it for? He really, we, through our conversations, kind of really uncover some things about myself that I'm not sure if I'm ready to admit. It's like, if I tell my friends and family, yo, I'm spiritual, I'm more concerned with um, my personal fabric and my spirituality and my integrity thereof. It's gonna sound like a cop out to the people that I want to please, which I didn't even know I wanted to please anyone. But yeah, to me, it does. For a lot of people, it sounds like an excuse not to win in this realm, which I completely enjoy luxurious things. A lot of the things that I like, that my personal sentiments, you know, enjoy, cost a shitload of money. Like, cheap things don't turn me on. Easily accessed things don't catch my attention. I'm not impressed too easily. And not even necessarily am I impressed with things that cost a lot. It just happens to be the things that I enjoy, that I prefer, my likes and taste are fucking expensive. But after speaking with Paul, I'm questioning if I should be pursuing these things. But my dichotomy is that I look at Paul and I look at others and I say, is that a cop out? Is professing to see, Paul mentioned that since he was a young buck, he'd been chasing that void, that missing void, and nothing really satisfied him, much like myself. And he's still there on that search. That's me. But how do I admit it? I can't admit that. I can't sit here and admit, in a world where I want to get along, where I want to fit in to a degree, that all that matters is being right with the Lord, the higher power, the Most High, doing right. Don't nobody really want to hear that shit. You know, it seems like doing right don't pay the bills. And then I've even recently convinced myself that, you know, I can achieve that. I can achieve financial wellness and success and be spiritually sound. But I think that's not true. I think you can have some morals and virtues that make you a solid human being. But while I'm busy chasing money, I'm not remembering God and chasing that void. I could live in the mountains. I could live in the jungle somewhere. But I can project myself there and then question, what the hell am I doing? I have to turn 50, 60 and pay for that. I have a son and a mother that wants me to have buying power. How do I balance the two? How do I choose which one to focus on most? And granted, you would say, duh, your spirituality, you know? It sounds easily said. If that's what tickles my fancy and what makes my heart content, that's where I should be at. But that's a lonely, lonely walk. Like my man Paul said, what do you gotta give up to go chase the bread, chase the bucks? He said, how much of yourself? And I pride myself on that right there. I won't listen to music because it tears you down. I won't watch TV because it tears you down. I won't, you know, pay attention to billboards because it tears you down and keeps you distracted from what I think we're here to do, is prove ourselves worthy of the next step. But you can't half-ass it. So Paul introduced a new dilemma into my search for defining who I am and what I'm about and what I should be doing exactly. And I mean, I'm just getting started on this fucking journey. And this journey costs money. How can I go sit somewhere under a tree and meditate for the next 20 years? Could, but then I'll end up broke.